Why should we pick up one of these things and start writing it? So I've been journaling for about a year. I set like a 2 month period where it was intense, like every single day, just to build the habit. And then after that, I sort of kind of tailed off. Before I started journaling, I always looked at it as a bit fruity. Do you know what I mean? I looked at it and I thought, nah, keep that over there, sort of thing. It was only when some figures in my life I admired at the time started doing it as well that I was like, interesting. There's probably a list of 100 or more reasons why journaling is so important, especially as men. Because whatever's in here and in here for long enough is gonna come out here. At some point, it might be at dinner with the family, it might be with your girl, it might be with your boys, it might just at some point, whatever's going on in here and in here is just gonna come out. And if we don't think about our thoughts, then we can't do any pattern recognition. If we can't understand what makes us feel certain type of ways, then how are we ever going to be able to stop it? How are we ever going to be able to take ourselves out of environments that make us feel a type of way, that make us behave a type of way? And then we're just on repeat doing the same things that put us in bad situations. And that's not because we want to do it. You don't do dumb things or say dumb things because you want to. It's because we haven't analysed why we're doing it in the first place. Men are looked at as the backbone of society, and damn right we are. But backbones themselves are very delicate. Look at a spinal cord and see how delicate it is if you actually look at the intricacies of it. And we're very intricate, delicate beings. On the outside, we're hard and with muscles and with gym and with but in the inside, we're probably the opposite. A lot of the time, there's a reason why externally as men we want to look so fierce and dominating and strong, and that's because we want to be. But wanting something so much comes from a lack of it. A lot of the time when we're portraying these things is because we're in an extremely delicate position and situation, which is so normal and natural. And if we don't get the time to offload this anywhere, then where is it going? Because out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh, which means it's coming out at some point. Someone's going to be on the receiving end of these thoughts. Thoughts are so weird. Every time I'm at a train station, I see someone like near the edge and I'm like, what if I just pushed them in? What the flip? Why did my brain just think that? Obviously we don't go and push them in, but like we get these thoughts, they just come out of nowhere. If we don't think about our thoughts, then one day we might end up just trying. Thoughts are like smoke, they're just there, it's there and then it just vanishes. And if we don't keep a track of it, we're not going to be able to remember. We're not going to be able to understand the patterns of our thoughts. Journaling is something that we want to do away from these things. From the phone that you're probably watching this on. It needs to be done away from these things. It needs to be done in complete solitude and silence. The process of journaling starts from clearing the mind first, which means getting rid of all artificial stimulation like our phones and our tablets and laptops, and just sitting there and being able to clear our minds first. So then the thoughts that come to mind after we've cleared our minds are our authentic thoughts, our true authentic thoughts. Another space where we get to reflect on our true authentic thoughts is on the moment we wake up, our monkey mind is thinking about all sorts of possible dangers. Oh, this person at work said this, or what if I don't do that thing that I'm meant to do really well, or what if they laugh at me? And the truth is 99.9% of the things that we consider to be dangerous, especially early in the morning, and the things that spark to mind and that worry us are completely irrational. We spend so much time thinking about things that are completely irrational or things that are completely out of our control. This just gives us a place to channel it. This just gives us a place to get it offload. I find it a lot easier telling this book how I really feel and what's really going on in there. The best thing about us acknowledging where we're at is that we can now acknowledge the place where we can channel and what we need and what is required and how we can solve things, how can we help. And the problem with not acknowledging it is that we lose all authenticity. We're not being ourselves, we're being the version of ourselves. We're being the version of ourselves that we've created to cope. This book won't judge you. This book will highlight your flaws, but not judge you. That's difficult to find in people. As we go through times of uncertainty, heights in emotions, periods of time where we find it difficult to speak to people, this book will never leave you. It's getting deep. From Churchill to Darwin to Marcus Aurelius to Epictetus to Albert Einstein, you name them. Every single one of these guys had one of these